Hey everybody, this is Jesse James Ayers with Owensboro Healthy Living, and I wanted to talk to you today about the contents of this glass, which is in fact water. But you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, this guy is probably going to get all philosophical on us, and is probably going to say something about looking at life half empty or half full, whatever. In any case, in any normal situation, I probably would say that, but not today. If I were to ask you, what do you think, how much do you think this glass weighs? What would you say? Like 20 ounces, like a pound, less than a pound? Less than a pound, right? But the absolute weight of this glass really doesn't matter. It's how long I hold it. If I held this glass up for about a minute or so, that's probably all right. I think I'd be okay. If I held this glass up for about an hour, my shoulder might start to ache a little bit. And if I held this glass up for about a day, if I held this glass up like this for about a day, I'm fairly certain that my arm would be paralyzed, and it would be quite painful. Worries and stress, they're like cousins. They go hand in hand, really. But worrying and stressing is very much like this glass of water. If I think about worrying or stressing or whatever, if I think about it and then forget about it, if I think about it and let it go, I'm okay. Nothing happened. No harm, no foul. But if I hold on to it for a while, if I hold on to it for an extended period of time, then I begin to become paralyzed. In other words, I become incapable of doing anything else. I'm actually reminded of this movie that I actually like very much. It's that third Hobbit movie that came out not too long ago. The Hobbit, what's it called? The Battle of Five Armies. So in that movie, the lead dwarf guy, Thorin is obsessing throughout the entire movie about the stone, the gem of all gems. I think they call it the Arkenstone. He's obsessing about finding this stone, and he wants all his companions, all the other dwarves to find this stone, that's in the mountain. He knows it's there. He wants it, and so throughout the whole movie, he's obsessing about it, and he's obsessing about it so much that it almost ruins the relationship between him and his friends, between him and his compadres, him and his companions, him and his brothers in arms. It almost ruins it. He's obsessing about it so much that his responsibilities fly right out the window, because that's all he's thinking about it. I mean, it's engulfed him. Finding this stupid stone has engulfed his mind. It's taken over. He becomes half crazy about it. Almost crazy, almost full crazy. And near the very end, there is a scene which happens to be my favorite scene in the entire Hobbit trilogy. It's a very powerful message, even though, yes, it is in fact a movie, and we shouldn't really take Hollywood for anything. But I think the principle applies because it is very important. It's my favorite part of the movie where, near the very end, Thorin he's in a hall, and he's dressed up in his kingly garb, and he's got this crown of gold on his head, and he's letting his thoughts get to him, He's letting the stresses get to him. It's more, though, in this particular scene, it's more so the thoughts of what his friends have told him in the past. It's like, you're not the same dwarf that you used to be. You would have been a better man, blah, 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 blah. Things like that. So the words from his friends are finally getting to him. But it's taken him throughout this whole movie. And in the movie, it's more so the course of a week or a month, that he's obsessing about this stupid stone. And my favorite scene is right when he realizes this, and he grabs that crown and he throws it on the floor. And when you're watching this movie, as the movie watcher, when you see him do this, like in the movie, you feel that he actually takes a breath. you feel as if the weight has lifted from Thor's shoulders. And in that moment, you start to root again for the hero of the movie. You start to root for one of the heroes of the movie. And in this case, it's Thor, because you feel for the guy. You see throughout the course of the movie how it's taken over his mind so bad. And at that moment, when he throws it on the ground, and this heavy crown just hits the floor, and like he breathes and he stands up straight, and the weight is lifted off the shoulders. And even though he couldn't find the stone anymore, he didn't care about it. Now he could think about his responsibilities, which was to go back upstairs and lead the army, into battle against the bad guys, blah, blah, blah. I don't necessarily want a situation or thoughts, stresses and worries. I don't want the stresses and worries to interrupt my life, to interrupt my pattern, to interrupt who I am. I want to be a better father. I want to be a better son. I want to be a better friend. I don't want something to engulf me so much that those get ruined. I don't want something to engulf me so much that my responsibilities get ruined. You see what I mean? So we must learn to let go. We just got to learn from Elsa. Let it go. It's even in the Bible. I think it's in Philippians chapter 4, where I think in the King James Version it says, "Be careful for nothing." I think it's in the New English translation, or the NET version, where it says, "Be anxious for nothing, but by prayer and supplication and thanksgiving let your requests be made known unto God." So, this idea of letting things go, not stressing, not worrying, it's not some new age thinking. It's not some 20th or 21st century thinking. This is age old wisdom. And I hope that this video, this thought, this line of thinking touches you. I mean, I'm definitely talking to myself here. I still do this. I still hold on to things. I still worry. I still stress about things that I really shouldn't. Believe me, I'm in the process of learning how to put things down. Trying to put things down immediately, though, that is the trick. To not leave your arm out, to not let the glass weigh you down, to not let it paralyze you, to not let it rob you of your happiness, to not let it rob you of your responsibilities and the things that you need to take care of. So just put it down, just let it go. Whoa. Just let it go. I hope that helps.